Hello, everybody. Welcome to your weekly Wednesday Facebook Live. I'm Zara Premji, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Markham, Ontario, Canada, and I'm here for your weekly Wednesday Facebook Live. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. I do a live crafting show right here on this page. And so I have a really fun project to make for you today. And I'm going to show you a bunch of other products using the same suite. So we're going to be using a suite called Trimming the Town, and if you haven't seen it or haven't heard of it, you're going to want to stick around because it's super cute. And so I'm going to show you a few projects using this Trimming the Town suite, and then I'm going to make a really cute card for you. So stick around. I'm just going to wait till a few people pop on, and because I know it takes a few seconds to find it in your news feed. And so I hope that you can join me live, and of course if you're watching the replay, that's still awesome too. And I love hearing from you, so please comment and say hello and tell me where you're watching from. It's a Wednesday evening here, and so it could be a different time of day for you, but I'm really looking forward to the weekend. We have the Thanksgiving weekend in Canada coming up, and so I'm happy that it's hump day and we've got 2 days left in the week, and then we hit the weekend. So I'm just going to mute my computer, and I'm going to just find this on my computer so that I can see comments. And that way I can kind of watch, and if you have questions or comments, I can still track that once I flip the camera down and start my crafting. Hello, Rana. Nice to see your name pop up. Hi, Faiza. Okay, so why does my computer not want to cooperate with me today? I'm seeing some names pop up, which is a good sign. That means that I'm live in the right place and that you can see me. And I'm just gonna take a second to pull this up on my computer. There we go. And then hopefully that will allow me to see comments. Hi, Shelly. I know, Shelly, you were saying that you sometimes catch me during your lunch, but I've shifted to the 8:30 p.m. time slot because I am working every day Wednesday. I used to be off on Wednesdays, but things have shifted with my schedule. So Wednesday during the day, I'm usually in meetings, and so it's kind of nice to craft in the evening. I find probably everyone, at least in this time zone, has done their work day, and so we can kind of relax and craft and have fun together. Hi, Rashmi. Hi, Carol. Oh, this is so fun to see all your names popping up. Okay, so I'm going to flip the camera down in just a second. And like I said, we're going to be playing with the Trimming the Town suite. I'm going to show you a couple of, I would call them wow projects. And then I'm going to show you one project that I've made that you like. The Trimming the Town suite, I think, is kind of, it's in our holiday catalog, and it has a Christmas feel to it, but I wanted to show you a project that you can do with it that you could do any time of year and that's not Christmas themed. So I'm going to show you a few projects for inspiration, and then I'm going to make a card for you. And yeah, we'll just have fun. It's not going to be too long, so hopefully you can stick around. I'm just going to tilt the camera down. So give me a second and just look away. You weren't supposed to see that yet. 1 second. There we go. How's that? Is that fairly... Sorry about the camera shaking. Okay, here we go. Okay, so Shelly is excited to see what I make with this suite. Okay, that's no pressure at all. I hope that, I hope it lives up to your expectations. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm running away for 1 sec and I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. All right, so we are going to be playing with the Trimming the Town suite. If you have the holiday catalog, it's on pages 24 and 25. And in this suite, you will find this gorgeous designer series paper. There's a stamp set called Coming Home. It's got coordinating dies. We'll be using both of those today. It's got some really cute embellishments, which I realized I gave away as a prize, and so I don't actually have them in my stash. But they're really, really awesome. They're like these enamel flat dots. And then there is a ribbon combo pack. If you look down here, you'll see that there is a little logo here that says Making a Difference. And this is a program that Stampin' Up! Has where they will choose a stamp set in their catalog, and any purchase of that stamp set, Stampin' Up! Will make a donation to an organization. So this Coming Home stamp set is actually their Making a Difference stamp set, and whether you purchase the stamp set individually or as part of a bundle or as part of the suite collection, $4 will be donated to charities devoted to adoption, foster care, and infertility. So you can definitely make a difference and have fun with your crafting using this particular stamp set. Okay, and then on the back you can see that the stamps enlarged, and you can see that they all have outlines, which means that the dies cut these out, and then you can see some cute little projects. So I want to talk really quickly about the Designer Series paper, and there is an awesome sale on Designer Series paper. So this is our patterned paper. There are 15 different packs of paper that are on sale for 15% off during the month of October. This is the only time of year I think that our paper goes on sale. And so it's a great time to stock up. I find that I add Designer Series paper to every project. I can't remember the last time I made a project that didn't have Designer Series paper. So let me show you this paper. I'm going to show it to you in a 6x6 sample, but this is the, what is it called? The Trimming the Town, yeah, the Trimming the Town Designer Series paper. So I'm showing you it comes with 2 of each pattern, and they're double-sided. So I'm just going to show you the first sides. What you're seeing here is a 6x6 sample. This is something that the paper itself comes in a 12x12 pack, okay? So you can see that there's just these gorgeous landscapes. There are patterns that have these cute little houses, people holding hands, trees, wreaths. So lots of really cool patterns. And then on the other side, there are patterns that lend themselves really nicely to Christmas cards, but also birthday, anniversary, congratulations, so you name it, and you can make any other card with it. On this particular pattern, there are all of these cute little sentiments here that you can just cut out with your scissors, and you have sentiments ready to go. So that's one thing to keep in mind about this stamp set, is it actually doesn't have sentiments in it. But you can definitely use the sentiments on the paper here, or you can leverage any sentiments from another stamp set that you might have, okay? So that's the Designer Series paper sale, and I've posted my link for my online store in the description, so you can shop there anytime. And one thing that I want to share with you is that I actually have a tutorial bundle for this month, so the month of October. If you place any size order with me, you are going to get an email with a PDF tutorial containing 7 different project tutorials. So you will get supply lists, instructions, photos, step-by-step, and everything that you need to be able to recreate the projects. So if you are thinking of getting the Trimming the Town suite, or you already have it, then this tutorial bundle will just kind of spark your inspiration and get you going with some projects, okay? So this is free with any size order. You will get that in an email from me. All right, are you guys ready to start crafting? I'm gonna show you a couple of really cute projects, okay? So the first one, if you follow my blog, I created a slimline card. So these are definitely on trend right now. And I had actually seen this on a similar card on Pinterest done by Laura Milligan. And I didn't want to copy it exactly, but I almost did. Like I added in a couple of things. The car was not on the card, and I changed the position of the house and the stamp set, but it was very similar to her card because it was just beautiful as it was. So in this card, I've done a slim line, which is 8.5 inches by 7 inches wide, and then it's scored at 3.5. And then the dies that go with the set actually have this gorgeous sort of landscape feel to them. So you can create what you see here in terms of the little snowscape. And then the trees you can cut out, and the sentiment I did get from a different stamp set. But it's just I just thought it was a really cute card. And then I created an envelope using the Designer Series paper. So you can see the other side of it, and really, really simple and easy to do. So I have a blog post up about that. The next project that I want to show you is kind of a fun, I posted a picture of this over the weekend. So on World Card Making Day, I was like, you know what, I'm going to try a fun fold card. I don't normally make really kind of fancy fold cards. So when you look at this card, it looks, fairly unsuspecting. And then when you open it up, it's this really cool, actually you can pull out the insert, and then it's this really cool triple cube pop-up card. Okay, so I know when you're looking at it this way, you're seeing kind of the top angle, so I'm going to show it to you this way, but it would stand like that, and then the tree pops up, the car pops up, the house is sort of standing up like that, and then the sentiment is on the inside. So I use the Trimming the Town suite, all the products from the suite, to create this particular project, which folds up and you can put it in an envelope and send a little message and mail it out to somebody. So really cute. It's not a simple card. I wouldn't say it's a simple card at all, but it wasn't as hard as you might think it might be. Okay, so we are going to get started with some crafting, and I'm going to show you well, actually I'm going to show you one more project, and then I'll show you the card that I'm going to be making. So I mentioned earlier that I created a project that is not necessarily Christmas themed and that you could do for any time of year. So I created a cute little box with mini note cards, and this is something that you could give as a hostess gift, or you know, if someone's just moving into the house next door to us. So I thought I would give them maybe some baked goodies and a cute little box of note cards. And so I just used our 3.5 by 3.5 acetate box, and then I wrapped some of the Designer Series paper around it, and I tied ribbon from the ribbon combo pack. Now these two images that you see here are actually cut from the Designer Series paper, so I didn't actually stamp and color these in, and so that's one of the things that I love about the dies, is that it will cut out the images right from the Designer Series paper. So even if you don't have the stamp set, which once you see the card, I think you might want it, you can definitely cut out the images and just stick them onto a project, and away you go. The little hello here is from the Love of Leaves stamp set, and I just made 4 cute little note cards, and I just used the same coordinating colors. So the base is Misty Moonlight, and I just cut this to 3 by 6 and scored it at 3 inches. And so you just see there are 4 cute little note cards that, you know, you can put in with a little gift. There's coordinating envelopes for it. You could actually put some of the Designer Series paper right on the flaps there, and you can give that as a cute little gift to anybody. So that was one of the projects that I made that I just thought was fun and super cute. And so now I'm going to show you the card that we're going to be making today. So this is my card. Okay, that's the sample. And since I'm making only one project, you guys can hang out with me while I do all the coloring and you know, all of the things. Okay, so I've already cut out and prepped my card packet, so you don't have to watch me do all of that. And I've started with a pool party card base, and if I can just find my bone folder, we're going to score that card base. All right. And the one thing I'm going to show you here is how we can use the Stamparatus to, instead of, because there's 3 different stamps here. So I've got the wreath, the house, and the tree. So I could definitely use my clear blocks to do that, but I'm going to just quickly grab my Stamparatus, and we're just going to do this in one fell swoop. Okay, so I'm going to start with the stamping. And here is the stamp set. So it has 12 photopolymer stamps in it. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take my cardstock. Let me grab a magnet here. I'm just going to take my cardstock. Rashmi, you said you're waiting for the debate. Okay, I'm going to reserve my comments. I did watch some of the first one. And yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Okay, here we go. So we're putting the wreath, and then I'm also going to put the little tree down. Okay, so I'm just using my Stamparatus. This is a fabulous tool for this sort of thing. And then I'm just going to press it down here and pick up the stamps. And then I'm just going to ink them up and stamp them all at once, okay? So I'm just going to pick this up here. And I'm just resting my case underneath so that I have kind of a flat surface to ink this up. And I'm just going to take my Memento ink. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm just going to ink this up really nicely. And I'll stamp that. So I'm just going to press that down and just apply some pressure. So this just saves me from having to get 3 different blocks out, which is not a big problem to do, but I just thought it would be easier. So there you go. All the stamping is done. I can move this out of the way and then we can do some coloring. Okay, so let's start with the house. So I've got a bunch of different Stampin' Blends and I'm just going to color them in the same color. So I do have a big bunch of them here. So let's start with the Smoky Slate. So the Smoky Slate I'm using for the roof, and I'm starting with my dark Smoky Slate, and I'm just going to color kind of the bottom of the roof here. All right, so I'm just going to do that, and then I'm going to go in with my light Smoky Slate, and I'm just going to start to pull some of the color from the dark that I've just colored on. So I'm not going all the way up yet because I still want this middle section here to be a little bit darker than the top, so that it just creates this nice sort of ombre shaded effect. Okay, so now I've got that. I'm just blending that in really well so you can't see any lines, and now I'm going to go to the top. So I'm just using that bullet tip of the blend, and I love these Stampin' Blends. They make me look like I'm a professional colorer, which I'm not. So you can just kind of go back over to blend in those lines. And there you go. So now I'm just going to go back in. Oh, I don't love this here. You can keep going over. The great thing about the blends is because they're alcohol based, they don't pill your paper or your cardstock. So I'm just going to go in with this darker one again and then blend that out with the lighter. How many of you have the Stampin' Blends and love them? They're so fabulous. Okay, so now we're going to go in with the dark Pool Party. Hi, Jenny. Rashmi, I really need to not get involved in a conversation about the debate and U.S. politics. Trying to keep it neutral here. Okay, so I'm just going in with the dark Pool Party, and I'm just kind of going around the outline. I have to warn you, my light Pool Party has been very well used, so there's a possibility that it might run out as I'm coloring, in which case I'll just go back over it with the dark. But hopefully it'll hold up and get me through the rest of this video. I'm going to be ordering more for sure. Okay, let's see, is this, I'm just going to go in with the brush tip now. So I'm just trying to blend that out. I think my brush tip seems to have a little bit more ink in it than the fine tip. So just kind of blending that in. You can tell it's losing steam, guys. My blends are losing steam. Okay, now I've got to go in with the bullet because there's no way that I will be able to stay within the lines. I'm sorry for the noise, it's just because this one is running out of ink. All right, we are almost done the coloring. I'm just going to do the tree and then we'll cut it out. All right. Oh, and the door. We can't forget the door. So I have just used the colors that are in the Designer Series paper. So that's Poppy Parade. Misty Moonlight is also in the paper, but I haven't used that on this project. Okay, you get the picture. I'm not going to keep blending that out, although if I was just on my own, I probably would. Okay, so then I'm just going in with the Poppy Parade, and then there's also some Pool Party and Old Olive in this paper. So I did not think too hard about which colors I was going to use. So I hope it's kind of relaxing watching the coloring happening. I know it takes a little bit of time, but like I said, because I'm only doing one card today, I figured I wanted to hang out with you guys for longer, so I would do all the coloring. Did any of you catch my Facebook Live with my husband this weekend? If you if you didn't see that, I think it's worth watching. It was quite entertaining. We had a little Q&A session at the beginning, and then he crafted with me. So, and it was his idea completely. I was telling him on Saturday morning that, guess what? Today's World Card Making Day. He's like, really? He goes, we should make a card together. He said, actually, the whole family should make a card together. I was like, or maybe it could just be you and I. So anyway, it was totally his idea. And he said, I'll do it on your Facebook Live with you. Because I had told him I was going to do a Facebook Live because it was a special day. And so he joined me, and he actually did pretty well. I was quite impressed. I think the number of times he's stamped with me in the last 7.5 years, I could count on one hand. Like, he's hardly done it. And so I was like, I don't know, this could end up going really well or not well at all. And he actually did quite well. And he was very proud of his card. And he kept asking what everybody was saying. He was like, are you getting any comments? What did people think? Was I okay? Did I do well? So it's really cute to see my grown husband showing his vulnerable side and, you know, just really interested in what people had to say about it. So, oh, thanks, Shelly. He'll be so happy to hear that. And Rana, I will tell him, we're actually, oh shoot, see, I shouldn't talk when I'm doing this. We were talking about making it, I don't know if this will work. Let's see. Ooh, I don't like that. Okay, I'm gonna have to stamp that little wreath again. Let me grab that, because I made a little boo-boo. We were talking about making it a monthly thing. So we're actually, he said he'll do it. It wasn't even my idea. He said, we should do that again. That was fun. So we're trying to come up with a fun name for our monthly segment, but we're thinking we'll do it the first Saturday of each month at around the same time, 2 p.m., because it seemed to work for our family. And we're just trying to come up with names. So what did we say? Pretty Paper Crafts by the Premjis was one of them. Oh my gosh, there was another one. One of my friends was coming up with some names. Oh, she said something about cards, but she did C-A-R-D-Z. So it was like this. C-A-R-D-Z. So the play on the R and the Z, because his name's Raheem. So that was a good one. So yeah, if you guys have any thoughts about what we could call our little stamping segment, we would love to hear it. But yeah, I think we'll probably do it again. That was a lot of fun for both of us. Okay. Hi, Amelia.
And now when you're done that, can you come put me to bed?
Sure, I'll come put you to bed. Okay.
I'll just play down here for a bit.
You can go play upstairs, and I'll come and put you to bed shortly, okay?
Can I play down here?
As long as it's very quiet. No noisy toys, Amelia.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, the coloring is done. And I'm going to, the Premji bunch. Okay. Rashmi, you have to get this bundle. It's just too cute. It's so cute. Okay, so let me get the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I'm actually going to use the magnetic plate. So I'm not gonna lie, I have to be very transparent with you. I have heard people say that they have some issues with the magnetic plate. So one thing that people have noticed is like significant curving, but what I do after I use it, it's different from our previous magnetic plate, but it's like a really thick magnetic sheet, so to speak. And so when I'm done using it, I just kind of bend it the other way so that it just keeps it relatively flat. But I love how when I'm using the dies that they stick really well. They just stay down really well around the image, so they don't shift very much, which I did find with my older magnetic plate that the magnets used to jump around a bit. I mean, the dies used to jump around. Okay, so I'm just going to position the wreath, and then you can cut them all out at the same time. So this is why I did it with the Stamparatus, where I could just stamp all of them at once, and then I can cut all of them at once. All right, so here we go. Okay, Kea, happy pre-birthday. When's your birthday? Somebody wants a pre-birthday shout out. Is it tomorrow, or is it like in a month? My daughter keeps saying her birthday's coming up soon, and it's actually at the end of November. So everyone has different perspectives on what soon is. October 14th. Oh, that's soon. Okay. That's fair. Amelia keeps talking about her birthday when actually my other son's birthday is coming up before hers, but she keeps saying that hers is coming up so soon, and she's already decided what she wants, which will probably change next week. But anyway, happy birthday, happy early birthday. What are you asking for? So now that we've publicized that it's your birthday, you should be asking for the moon, because it's going to be on this Facebook Live, and then, your parents have to honor it. Okay, I'm getting a little bit distracted here. Okay, so now I'm going to start to put this card together, and I'm just going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus, and I've used this pattern of the Designer Series paper. I just love the red and white sort of squiggly look. I just think it adds a touch of whimsical. And then the embossing folder that I used is the Dainty Diamonds. So we do have some really cool winter themed embossing folders. So there's Winter Snow that has snowflakes all over it, and then there's the pine tree one, and it's gorgeous, but I kind of wanted to make this card a little playful. So I went with the Dainty Diamonds. Okay. And I'm using the Pool Party card base. I love Pool Party and any shade of red together. So this is Pool Party and Poppy Parade, but I love it with any shade of red. Okay, so let's get this stuck down here. So I'm just going to put that a little bit to the left, and then we'll do the tree. I'm just going to tuck that behind a little bit. And then I'm just going to put a little touch of Seal Plus on the wreath here and just hang that right up there. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the little trick with the ribbon. So I'm doing a bit of a faux bow behind the stitch circle. So I'm just putting 2 lines of adhesive here, and this just allows me to kind of work with the ribbon here so that it's not going to be too flimsy. So hang on. So I'm just going to put the end where I want it to start, and then make sure that it sticks to the adhesive. And then I'm going to flip that around, and my ribbon is kinked a little bit, but just going to put that down like so. And then I'm going to just curve that. So I'm creating, like, it looks like when it's done, it's going to look like there's a bow behind it, but you can see that I haven't tied any bow. All right, so it's a little bit more off center than I'd like it, but that's okay. It's kind of fun. I don't know why this piece here is kinked like that. It almost looks like I tried to tie a bow, but changed my mind. Okay, so let's just shift these a little bit. I'm just going to move this guy down here. And then once you have it kind of how you want it positioned, you can reinforce it with some dimensionals. Okay, so I'm just going to put down maybe 4. And peel these off, and then stick that down like that. And I'm just going to trim that off because I don't want it to get kind of kinked in the envelope. Okay, the sentiment that I'm using, this is from the Warm Hugs. I believe it's called Warm Hugs. It's also in the holiday catalog. And I loved the thin handwritten font. So I picked that one, and I heat embossed it onto this Poppy Parade. I heat embossed it in white, and I just kind of loved the look of it. So that's pretty much it for the card. I'm going to also, I'm going to put some embellishments on here. So on my original card, I used the Playing with Patterns resin dots. So the Trimming the Town embellishments are very similar. They're like, sorry, I called them enamel, but they're like resin dots. And so they're kind of a matte look to them, and they're just fun and playful. So for this one, I'm actually going to use the Wonderful Gems. So these are kind of red and sparkly. And I'm just going to put 2 here, and then I'm going to put my third one. Where will I put that? I don't want to put it here because actually it's not bad. It still stands out a bit there. So that is that. And then what I'm going to quickly show you, if I can find my paper, is I do this once in a while, so some of you have already seen this before, but here's the finished card. And then we're going to we're going to decorate the envelope. So I'm actually going to use a different pattern now. I'm going to use this polka dot, and I'll just cut this down. Let's see. I think I want this to 3 inches. I'm just going to cut that down. We'll put that away. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad you like the card, and happy birthday. Okay, so here we're just going to put some liquid glue along the outline. All right, so we're going to stick this down. I'm glad you like the card. So Rashmi, are you convinced? Are you going to get this bundle now? That's like the ultimate flattery, I find. When someone says that after seeing a project they want to buy the thing that I'm showing, that's like the best compliment you could ever give me. Okay, so once you've got that stuff down, you're just going to go in with your paper snips and cut along the edge. You're just using the envelope flap as your guide. All right, we are almost done. So you want to be careful not to cut the envelope. But there you go. You've got a fun little coordinated envelope with your card. So please tell me what you think. I hope that you guys liked it. I'm just going to quickly flip the camera back down so I can see if I've missed any comments. And I'll post pictures of the projects. And I'll also have a look at my blog if you want to see the details for this slimline card that I'd shown at the beginning. But everything should be there. And I'm just going to flip this down. All right. Okay. Let's see if I missed any comments here. Okay. I'm glad you guys liked it. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. I'll be back here again next Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. If you have any requests for products that you'd like to see or projects you'd like to see, please post them in the comments. I'll be happy to oblige and to make something that you guys want to see. I'm always I have so many things that I want to play with, so I could always use a bit of help to figure out what it is that I'm going to be making. What did you say, Shelley? You love how the card colors match my grid paper. I did not plan that actually, but you're right. It kind of does with the Misty Moonlight and the Old Olive and the pool party. That was a very good observation. So anyway, it was great to see you guys. Thanks for jumping on, and I hope you all have a good evening. Rashmi, enjoy that debate, and I will see you guys next Wednesday. Bye for now.